All right, you already know what it is, people. No crime. This is not a crime scene. We talking about crime, but this is not a crime scene. How y'all doing out there, people? Appreciate y'all tuning in to the Crimechaser. You already know what it is. It's the truth. It's the truth. There's nothing but one truth all around the world, people. I got a few little things to talk about. I'm gonna try to narrow it up in like 5 minutes or so. I don't want to be long dragging this thing out though. About this bait truck, and this stuff is real. I've had people to stop me in the street, people stop me in the grocery store, in the bank. They want to talk about the bait truck because a lot of older people don't know what a bait truck is. So I had to explain to them what a bait truck is. Basically, it's entrapment. That's what it is. It's trying to entrap people in small, poor communities. And those who they are targeting. They are targeting young, black, African-American males. You are a target for the government, law enforcement. So I just want to talk about that a little bit. Basically, how y'all doing? What's going on, people? What's going on? I see y'all. I see all of y'all. Dorothy, I see you. I see my buddy. I see you. I see you. I see you. I see y'all. We're going to flip the script real quick, and we're going to talk about that the bait truck. That's what basically I want to talk about, explain the detail of what's going on in our community. For those that are uneducated, for those that are not aware of what's going on, I'm going to educate you about the bait truck. Simply, the bait truck is to lure poor black teens in to steal. They use things such as gym shoes, maybe weapons, clothes, or things like that. They do that. And as soon as you lay your hand on that truck, on that knob, trying to open up that door, you are considered under arrest. You have broken the law. It's a felon. And that's what they are doing to our young teenagers. See, the thing is, think long terms. If I can get so many young teenagers, African-American males, felony, I won't have to worry about them working at the post office. I won't have to worry about them working a government job. I won't have to worry about them trying to join the law enforcement. A lot of jobs, a lot of privileges are taken away from you, from that. They don't want you to have these things anyway. So that's what these things are set up to. And also, they're looking to fill up these prisons. They have signed a contract with these private prisons to arrest so many people. And you know who they're talking about. They're talking about people that look like me, you and I. Majority of the arrests will be black and brown people in poor urban communities all around this country, especially in the state of Illinois. So I'm just here to educate you guys about what's going on in the city of Chicago. Now, my take on this, all this violence, let me just say this. I'm going to try to say it in the right way. Chicago said they have reported that so many, 60 people got shot from this point on, from the weekend this point on. What are the names? What of all the names of the people that got shot? We need to know that because, see, we don't want them to overblow this thing more than it's already done. And we already know that the police cameras that's present in the black community is not there to deter crime. Yes, I said it. Let me say it again. The police cameras that's in our communities with the blue lights is not there to deter crime. They are there to monitor crime. Let me say that again. They are there to monitor crime. Now, the speed light cameras are there to make money, to get you a ticket and send you a ticket in the mail for you to pay a fine. Now, have you ever noticed, guys, when in a write-up, in most of these white major media newspapers, it's always a black and white SUV speeding away from the crime scene. Never no license plate, never no witnesses, none of those things, never. But when a Chicago police officer shoots and kills a person, it's always something wrong with his body cam or the camera around on the business or the house. Either it was broken or it wasn't working, some type of malfunctioning, the camera wasn't on. It's always an excuse. So I just want to get you people, wake you people up. We are in a battle, a war, a silent war, a silent war. And that war is to take away your privileges, your rights. They do not, I repeat, they do not enjoy seeing you being positive, having nice education, homes, being married, driving nice cars, professional careers. They don't believe that you deserve that in this civilized society, as they call it. But people, you're going to wake up one day. And let me tell you, those that are out there that think that you're a good Christian, and you think that the Lord is going to protect you from all these things out here. Trust me, harm can affect Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, whatever religion that you claim, harm, you're not exempt from harm. You're not exempt from gun violence. Gun violence can happen any given time, any place, in a church, in a mall, while you're sitting in your home, while you're on the job. It can happen any place, people. I'm just educating you. I'm not trying to build fear in you where you won't live your life. I'm just saying I want you guys to be aware as what's going on out here. You don't have to be in the game to get shot down. You don't have to be bothering nobody to get shot down. You don't have to rob and steal to be shot. There's no particular age. Babies are getting shot out here in this day and time. Older people, senior citizens are getting shot out here, people. And we're out here with bait trucks, law enforcement. You're out here with bait trucks trying to lure African-American males, young African-American males in these underprivileged areas, drug-infested areas, prostitution and gang-infested areas, trying to get felony. And we here in the city of Chicago, we have an 80-some% murder rate that's not being solved. And here we have a mayor that's willing to invest $90 million into a police academy. How about if you invest $90 million into these unsolved murders and start solving some of these murders? Start paying some of these people to speak up. Start paying some of these witnesses $20,000, $30,000. You're able to do that. Nobody's going to put their life on the line and they got to come back to these same areas. Start giving rewards, monetary rewards. People, they have the money. They have the money. They make the money. It's your money. It's your tax dollars. It's your TIF dollars. People, you are being played on, especially those of us living in these Englewood area, the North Lawndale areas, the Auburn Gresham area. We're being played on. Trust me. These poor areas are being played on. They coming in our areas. They writing bogus tickets. They're making false arrests. They're planting guns. They're costing money everywhere we turn, people. They preach, or I ain't gonna say they preach, they talk love, but they practice hate. This is a sick society, people. And you know who's in control. Wake up, people. Let's do something about it. You're begging for jobs. You're marching for jobs. We're marching for jobs. And guess what, people? Do you expect these people, to give you jobs that they created and make you equal with them? No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, people. Until you are able to have, until us, I'll say us, to able to have to operate and own our own businesses, our own schools, our own hospitals, our own banks, and not only operate and own and control, but we must support all these things, people. Now, it's one thing to own a black bank, but it's another thing we have to support the black bank. It's another thing to own a black media outlet, but it's another thing to support the black media outlet. We have to support people. Then when we create jobs for ourselves, we can hire our own people that look like us. Listen, these people have already shown us 50 years ago, MLK was marching for jobs. He was begging just to sit at the table to eat with these people in the same restaurants. That's nothing. How about if we have our own restaurants? And we cook our own food the way we want our own food. How about if we have our own farms and grow our own food and raise our own animals, people? We have to think like that. There's nothing wrong with me talking like this. This is not a racial or hate talk. This is a self-sufficient talk. Economics, people. Grow up. Trust me. America have shown us what they think of our race. Every day, they have shown us. We are being mistreated, hand over foot. Yes, they'll let a few enjoy the fruits of the land, but what about the masses that's out there starving for mental health, can't feed their families? What about those people? They're left behind, people. Those are somebody's children. And remember, people, you can talk about the gang violence all you want, but remember, the gangs don't manufacture guns. Remember, gangs don't manufacture drugs. And if they manufacture some drugs, maybe some weed, but they're not the mass distributors of weed. So tell me, how is the illegal guns are getting in our communities? How? They're not making them. Now, black people, since I got on the white people about bringing guns into our community and allowing drugs to come into our community, now there's a part that as blacks we have to play. Now, it's a part that we have to play in this now because they put guns on the freight trains. Do we have to go break into trains and go get them? Because they put drugs in our community. Do we have to sell them? So that's a part that we have to play. Now, and I'm not making excuses for those people that's out there shooting innocent people. And I don't believe in my heart that black people are doing all this killing in the black community. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. You can't tell me that. There is a hierarchy, whatever, out here that's killing people in our community on a mass level. And they are professionals. They are snipers. People, get your cameras ready. Don't be afraid to speak out. So I'm just bringing awareness to my community. I'm not preaching hate. Anybody know that I'm about love? I'm about race first. I'm about my people first. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm suspective. I am very suspect of other races when they try to come in and tell us what we should eat, how we should live, and what we should be doing, the way they feel. But you know what? We've been trying to do it y'all way, and it's not working. It don't fit in our society. So people, we have to build a society within a society. We have to be self-sufficient, people. Self-sufficient. When you shop black, you create wealth in the black community, then they'll be able to hire other black people. Then we won't have to be marching and begging and asking for jobs. Aren't you tired of begging? Aren't you tired of marching? Aren't you tired of robbing and stealing and sticking up and selling drugs to your own people, poisoning your community? If we support one another businesses, we can then start hiring one another. We can do that. I'm not just saying that's the only solution. Those are one of the solutions. I don't preach against guns. I always say put the guns down until you need them. You're a fool if you give your gun up, your protection up. I believe everybody, that's your God-given right to protect yourself. That's a God-given right. There's no law in the United States that's going to stop me from defending myself at any cost. If I feel threatened and if my life is threatened, I'm going to defend myself. And I'm not a violent person, but I can become violent when it's necessary. So people, don't be stupid. Don't be stupid, people. Protect yourself at all costs, if necessary. Support your brother. Support your black businesses. Support them. Quit making excuses. If you're tired of begging, you're tired of marching, you're tired of robbing, you're tired of stealing, you're tired of killing, start supporting black businesses. And they can grow and they can hire other blacks. Okay, people? That's all I'm saying. Quit giving all your money to Reverend. If Reverend is not investing in that church or in that community, he don't deserve your money. Not at all. Listen, I believe in giving back. When God blesses you, you should bless others. So that's what I'm talking about. People, they are putting fear on us so we can move out of the city. It's a big land grab, people. They're giving out Section 8 vouchers every place but the state of Illinois because they want us gone. They want us out of the city of Chicago. There are so many millions of black, African American, colored people here in the city of Chicago. All we have to do is stick together and point out the frauds that look like us and don't give them support. The political frauds, the spiritual frauds. All we have to do is point them out, single them out. Don't give them no support. Send them to the house of shame. We don't have to kill them. We just pull away from them. That's all we have to do. People, I often say, the greatest nuclear bomb in the world is the unification of the black man and the black woman all over the world. That's without pulling one gun, shooting a bullet, or poisoning nobody. Don't you know if we come together as one, wrong or right, we are the world's most powerful bomb. And we have not shot a rocket. We have not killed nobody. We haven't slaughtered nobody or nothing. Just come together and make things happen. And we can do it. We can do it, people. We definitely can do it. We don't have to kill. We don't have to shoot. We don't have to connive. We just set our hearts and our soul and our mind as one and love on each other. Now, for those that can't love, you need to start working on yourself first. Start working on yourself first. Start loving on yourself first, because I can't expect you to show me love when you don't love yourself. So you have to start loving on yourself first. Love on yourself, and you'll begin to able to love on other people. Love on yourself. God is love. You may not know nothing about the Holy Scriptures. You may not be able to quote a scripture, a verse, or anything, but I guarantee you, if you can love, God will show you himself. He will prove himself to you, through you. Love yourself, people. And when you love yourself, you can begin to love others. Trust me. God wants us to enjoy this land, this earth. He put us down here to enjoy this place. You don't have to have that by and by mentality at all, people. You can enjoy heaven right here on earth, loving your family, doing the right things. This is your heaven. And when you leave this place and transform into the spiritual world, you'll see your maker. But right now, this is your heaven where you at right now. You have to live here first before you go to some other place in the spiritual realm, in heaven. And I do believe there is a heaven. So I'm telling you, people, let us start loving on one another. Let us start supporting on one another. And I guarantee you, as a race of people, we will begin to grow. And people, listen, we have survived great things against us. We have been robbed of our religion. We have been robbed of our culture. We have been robbed of our language. And we're still here, people. We're still here, functioning, going on, people. We come from great stock, great stock. You have millions of people paying to have breast jobs, booze jobs, lips jobs, nose jobs, even darken their complexion, people. You're a beautiful black woman and black man. Know your worth. Walk in your authority. Walk like the kings and the kings and the queens that you are, people. Walk in it. And I guarantee you, when you are something, you don't have to announce it. People will notice it. You don't have to say you're a Christian. You don't have to say you're Muslim. You don't have to say you're a community activist. They'll know you one by your works, by your fruits. Thank you for tuning in to Crimechaser. I had to get that off my chest. I love everybody. Ain't a thing that you can say or do. I love you. Peace out. Free them all power to the people. I love being black. Race first. Peace out.